Hello and welcome to a 3 games in 1 video. There are certain games which I think deserve some coverage, but they don't necessarily require an awful lot of coverage to show them off or mention them or in other ways giving them some exposure. So instead of making individual 3, 4, 5 minute videos, I will from time to time just put some small clips of a few games and put them into a single video. In the case of this video, we are starting with A Burning Rubber, which is a driving game. Driving game. Racing game is a different category. A driving game where your task is to drive through 32 different tracks. I'm fairly sure they are all season themed, so there will be 8 times 4 runs potentially. The feature, because it was not yet a gimmick was when it's been overused, and this was probably introduced and not overused in this game, of course, is the car's ability to jump very high and very far. By knocking the other cars into obstacles or landing on them, you will get a certain amount of points, and the more cars you destroy, the more bonus points you get. The game doesn't mention it, but you can also get quite a large bonus for not destroying any cars at all, which is surprisingly difficult to do, because you touch one car, it bumps into another car, it bumps into another car, it bumps into a wall, and then you've killed the car, or destroyed the car even. So essentially what you see is what you get. There's nothing overly complicated about it, but it's quite enjoyable in all its simplicity. The main reason I'm featuring this game is because it's part of gaming history. This is one of the first arcades I remember seeing myself, and of course in the arcade, having your name on the score list was very important, so advancement in these kind of games was always measured in score more than progression. So games of this age were usually all about getting points. So very nice arcade conversion, which is probably also one of the first arcade conversions, at least for the Commodore 64. But yeah, enjoyable for what it is in small doses. And time to shift gears, into another driving game. Up and Down by Sega, which is another arcade conversion for the Commodore 64. Probably as old as Burning Rubber. The aim of this game is to pick up the flags you see on the road and avoid smacking into other cars. Oops. This is another car that can jump over or onto cars, so it must have been a popular feature to make use of back then. This game is possibly quite a lot more simple than Burning Rubber, and truth be told, while it's enjoyable and it's cute for what it is, it does get rather repetitive after a while. On the top of the screen under the score, so you can see the flags that you need to pick up in order to complete the level. And if you complete them in the order in which they are displayed on screen, you will get a special bonus. You'll also get a bonus based on the amount of time you spend clearing a level, and to get the highest bonus you would need to know the layout of the levels. And of course the cars are random, so just because you know the layout of a level and know where the different flags may be located doesn't mean that it's guaranteed that you will be able to do it quickly, because a random car could randomly spawn in your face. So, as you can see, you spent more than 1 minute and 10 seconds to get a no bonus. It's a bit strict. I like it. I like the music. I think the music's rather cute. I like the sounds. The graphic is very, very basic, but there is something enjoyable about Up and Down, and that's why I want to give it 3 minutes of fame. And again, part of gaming history. These were the kind of games that started it all many, many years ago. So this is a game I get bored of much quicker than Burning Rubber, but that's a relative term when it comes to these old games. Some of them are overly simple. And finally, the third game in this video will be Street Surfer, a game from Mastertronic, where again the basic game loop is rather simple. You are riding around on your skateboard, gathering empty bottles in order to recycle them. Along the way there are obstacles like potholes and chickens and cars. Some cars will run you over if you don't get out of the way, because some drivers are just not patient. Some drivers will also offer you a drink, which restores energy or health if you want, which is very, very nice of them. It also of course gives you an empty bottle that you can recycle at the end of the stage. The bottom right corner there is a counter of the distance you need to travel to get to the recycling station, and you are refunded a certain amount of health for each bottle you have available to recycle. So it's a semi-educational, it's got an educational theme about recycling being good. What you see is what you get. It is simple. It is not very complex in any way, shape or form. But I do. The reason I want to feature it is twofold, I'd say. Partially because I like the music, and I like the way that music playback is sped up or slowed down based on how fast you're moving. And of course the fact that the levels are consistent, which means that if you pass a car on the left side and you for some reason lose all your speed and whatever, there will not be a car coming up from the right side of the road. There will be a car coming out from the left because you passed the car on the left. The cars are there consistently, not just randomly, so you can always rely on, okay, I screwed up, I lost my speed, but if I stay on the right hand side I won't get run over from behind. So it's a nice little thing that I really enjoy about this game. And I like the soundtrack. I think I mentioned that. Did I mention I like the soundtrack? Well, I like the soundtrack. That's all for this video. I hope you found it somewhat enjoyable, and I will probably be doing more of these. So as for now, thanks for watching, take care, and bye bye.